Recording in progress.
Next misconception people have is that they don't understand that pricing is the biggest key to success in this business model. Now, the reason why is because pricing actually causes you to have speed towards an income goal. So sales is how many clients will you get, right? So it's like everything is connected. So the better you get at sales, the less marketing you have to do. The better you get at pricing, the less consultation calls you need to reach your goal and the less marketing you have to do. So if you can think about it, if you just 3x your price, you'll need 1/3 the sales consultation calls, and you'll need 1/3 the leads, or technically 1/9 the leads, right? And better pricing in a lot of cases does two things. Number one, it means you need fewer clients to reach your goal. So that means you'll reach your goal faster. So what I like to think about is this. Most people, when they start their business, they're going to get anywhere between like 4 to 10 consultation calls in the first like 90 days of their business. That's like most people, right? Whether they're working with me or they're on their own. Whether or not the person pays you $150 a month or $5,000 a month really does not matter. You're going to get about the same number of clients in general, right? Now, some people are going to get 0 clients. Like, I don't know you, like if you're not sitting in front of me right now. So like, I don't know where you're starting out your sales skills, but that's what the lead flow generally looks like for most people. So if you're going to get the same number of leads and you're going to get the same number of clients, you might as well go and price the higher end of the spectrum, right? Now, of course, that doesn't mean like, some leads have to pay $150 a month. Some leads have to pay $5,000 a month. Your job is to understand in the marketing how to go and attract people that can afford to pay $5,000 a month, and then use the statistics to go and get that same number of clients. So what that means is that if you have the same equal opportunities, in order for you to reach your goal faster, you're just going to have to price your services better and go after better quality clients. Now, another reason why I like charging higher prices is because the higher you price, in a lot of cases, you're dealing with a much different type of business owner that actually respects your skill sets. If you think about it, who do you think is easier to sell, we'll call it CFO services to? You think it's easier to sell a CFO service to someone that is making $100 a year and is barely in business, or someone that is making like $100 million per year and fully understands business? The answer is the bigger company, right? Because they have a lot more sophistication around their business and they have a lot more respect for the numbers because there is more need for their numbers to be correct. Versus someone that's doing 100, they're just trying to make it to like the next day. You know what I mean? There's nothing harder than trying to sell someone that's below $100,000 per year in the business. There's nothing harder than trying to sell them a package for like above $600. They will fight you tooth and nail, right? And it's just like, it's not that they're bad people. It's just not, they're just not in it, Because if you think about it too, most businesses operate at a 30% profit margin. That's high. That's like high for most businesses. A lot of businesses are actually more around like 15, 20. And that's if they're doing things right. If they don't have their books in order, they have no idea. They could be operating like a 1% margin. So if they're making $90,000 a year, it's very hard for them to pay, $10,000 a year to you. When I say $10,000, that's $500 a month plus a cleanup, right? So a cleanup will probably be about, we'll say like $3,000, $4,000, right? And then the monthly $500 a month times 12 months is $6,000. It's $10,000 altogether. That's probably all the money they made that year is $10,000. So they give it to you. They really should. There's no point in them being in business. You know what I mean? So it's like you have to learn how to avoid those type of people and go after people that can afford to pay more. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, like, I want to help out the little person. It's like, okay, but if you ever go on a plane, right, they have like the people, like the attendants, right, and they're like, they give you that demonstration beginning. They talk about like the bags hanging from the ceiling. Secure your mask first. Put your mask on first, then go and help someone else. Because until your mask is on, you are at risk as well. You know what I mean? It's like you, at being your accounting business owner, you are actually at risk of your business going out of business, right? So it's like you can't save someone else who's just starting if you're not going to be in business 3 months from now. So go after the better quality clients. And yeah, I mean, here's the other thing too, right? I talk to people every single day, and it's just like they might have like, I talked to a guy yesterday. He has like 5 or 10 clients, and he's still working a full-time job. I'm like, wait, what? Like his clients were only like $150 a month. I was like, oh, dude, come on, man. I was like, but like most of our students in my mentorship program, by the time they have 10 clients, they're at least making $5K per month, right? Because our minimum price we have them charge is $500 a month. So it's like, if you just get better at pricing, you do way less, right? Also, better pricing generally tends to less workload due to efficiency and automation, right? Because you can get really efficient at one client, just master one client, have as many automations in place as possible, and the work doesn't have to take as much time. Whereas you have like 5, 6, 7, 8, 100 clients, each one is slightly different. Now, they might be easy, you might have a client that's paying you $150 a month and only takes 1 hour a month. And it's like, okay, cool. But when you have 100 of them, it just gets a little bit challenging, because here's the thing most people don't think about. You're not just doing the client work. In a lot of cases, you have to actually interface with the client to talk to them. They might ask you questions, right? So if you have 100 different people you have to keep track of and make happy, it's a lot harder than if you just have 3 or 5. Right? A good example is actually one of my students named Joanne. Now, when she was first starting the program, I didn't know this until she talked to me, but when she first joined, the day before she joined the program, she fired 10 of her smallest clients. They were each paying $150 a month. And then when she joined the program, she literally replaced that income in 10 days, right? So she made her first $1,500 in 10 days of the program. And then she added about $7,000 per month. It took about 4 months to do so. Right? And it just comes from just charging more. And her problem with those small clients wasn't that the people she talked to couldn't afford to pay. It's just whenever people would cry poverty, she would have a lot of trouble being able to just kind of charge the right amount of money, right? That was one thing we had to deal with too, because in the beginning, she was every time that I would give her a pricing calculator, a number, she would divide it by 2. She would cut it in half, because oh, it's too much money, they can't afford that. It's well, how do you know they can't afford it? Did you look at their books? Did you ask them questions? Did you ask why they can't afford it? Right? Did you objection handle? Right? If the answer to that is no, then they probably can't afford it. They're just not willing to pay it to you. So you got to figure that out, right? That's the next thing. But once you overcame that, everything else is a lot easier. So to kind of recap this thing, if you want help growing your business, right? If you feel that if you had someone that had a little bit further ahead of you, knew what they were doing, and helped other people go and reach their goals as well, if you think that would be helpful, go ahead and click the link inside the description, either above or below this video, depending on where you're watching, to see if I can help you inside of our mentorship program. Okay? And just to kind of further recap, sales is about communication education. That's the number one misconception I hear people have. Marketing is about building relationships at scale, so it's just doing sales but at scale. Pricing is crucial for better clients and more efficiency, and also just really making sure you understand that your success is possible if you do the right things, okay? So I will talk to you soon. Hopefully I'll see you on the call. I'd love to see if we can help you inside of our program. Take it easy. Talk to you soon. Have a great rest of your day.